Hey guys, welcome to my first video. So today I'm going to be doing a vlog of Big Bend, Texas. We went here in honor of my dad's birthday. And now we're heading toward a town called Terlingua. We're also going to be staying there. Some history about Terlingua is that in the 1800s it used to be a big bustling mining town. Then after 20 years it got abandoned and became a ghost town. It still is pretty much a ghost town, but the community has started to pick itself up again and kind of grow into a beautiful town. And when you walk down the streets, it's like going down a street in the 1800s, so it's something you really got to experience for yourself. So here's the sunset. It's something that we see twice a day, but we don't really care about, but it's so beautiful. And this is our cabin. I think it's a nice cabin. Okay, so on to day two. On day two, we went to Big Bend National Park, which was beautiful. I was scared of mountain lions and bears, but there's nothing to be afraid of. This is what my dad told me when I got kind of panicked, I guess. He said if a bear or a mountain lion comes, then just be quiet, stay in the car, and let them kind of like go around the car and let them see that you're not food and let them pass. It's all gonna be fine. And also, today was my dad's birthday, so shout out to my dad. We also saw this rock that looked like a hand. I couldn't tell if it's asking us to stop or if it's asking us to come. I think it was asking us to stop because there was a sign that said, "Do not come on this mountain." And anyways, this is Terlingua Ranch, and our cabin is located here. There are a few other cabins, like nicely spaced, like 2 miles apart, so that's very nice. So you weren't really in human contact with anyone. And now we're near our cabin. I really love our cabin. It's a very, very nice place, like in the middle of nowhere in the desert. That's a nice place. So our cabin is called Tanny Green because me and my brother, we love to name everything. So it's tan and green, so we decided, let's name it Tanny Green. But my brother did not fully like that idea, but I'm still with it. And this is the sunset. You're going to see a lot of beautiful pictures of the sunset in this trip. And I was lucky that I get to experience sunset every single day because it's not something that I normally experience when I'm in my house. Like sometimes I bike by the sunset with my friends, but I normally am not able to notice it. And here is like the beautiful shading of the sky. And finally, some stars are out, and these are a lot of stars. And then it explodes like into more stars. It's beautiful. And also, my dad took this picture of the Milky Way with his own camera, which I think is really cool. And also, we took a picture of the moon, like in the night sky when it's totally black, which is nice. So, on to day 3. So I saw this moth and I thought that I'd videotape it. And then we went to Terlingua Cemetery. So Terlingua Cemetery seems like a scary place, but it's not. It has a lot of historical facts about Terlingua and it's amazing. So something that Terlingua natives do every single year, on Death Day, a Mexican holiday, all the natives kind of get together in the town, in the cemetery, and kind of like to celebrate the dead people and their loved ones, and it's nice. And also Terlingua was the first kind of like mining business that kind of grew into a town that was started by a Hispanic person. So that's very nice because Terlingua is very close to the border too. And then we went our way and we went over to the Painted Feather Art Gallery. It had some beautiful native art, and I wasn't allowed to film in there, so I'm really sorry. But anyways, we went to Big Bend National Park again to pay our fees, but no one was there, so we decided just to come back home. Then we saw the mountains. I really like these mountains because there was like red, there was white, and there was also brown, which is the color we see all the time. Normally the mountains are just brown or they're just red, so I thought we saw like a little bit of diversity between the mountains, and I think that was really beautiful. Then we went to the Rio Grande River, which was amazing. Like, I can't believe how close we are to the border. Like, I'm literally zooming in to the Mexico border, guys. Like, that's crazy. Like, the Mexico border, right there. And also there was a few houses over the hills and everything. And then we went to Big Bend State Park, and we saw teepees. And also, like, a beautiful view. And here, there was, like, this hole in the ground, and I was, like, a foot away from, like, falling into that hole in the ground, and then, like, it would have been fatal. So it was pretty nice. It was pretty amazing. And now it's the end of the day. It's the end of the trip, and that one little star that you see right there, well, it's going to explode. Yes, you heard me right. Yep, that's that one star, and that's the night sky a little later. So it's finally day 4, and here's a sped up version of the sunrise. So what I'm going to do while you watch that is I'm going to tell you some history about Big Bend. So before 1535, like early historic period, several Indian groups were living in the Big Bend National Park. And the Chisos Indians were a loosely organized group of nomadic and hunters and gatherers, 'cause that's what most of the people were. And then the origin of the Chisos Indians are actually not known. They were associated with the Conchos Indians of the northern, I still don't know how to pronounce that name, but I'm going to give it a shot, Chihuahua in Mexico. And then what happened was the Humano kind of traveled throughout West Texas and southeastern New Mexico, and they were enemies of the Chisos Indians, and they kind of took them out of their own place. And then the Comanche kind of came in and then also kind of kicked out the Chisos and the Humanos. And then that's some Native American history about Big Bend National Park. So now we're on our way home. So I'm definitely going to miss this place, and I'm definitely going to keep it in my heart because this was an amazing place. And also, that's how long it is. That's how long we have to drive to get home. Anyways, we're going to a town called Alpine, Texas. Alpine, Texas is a nice town. The only thing is that if you get sick in Terlingua, they have the medics and everything, but if you get sick there, do you know what happens? Yeah, you have to drive 80 miles to Alpine, Texas, and that is not something I'm looking forward to. And I did kind of throw up in Terlingua, by the way, but nothing bad happened. I'm just lactose intolerant and I had yogurt. But anyways, we're in Alpine, Texas, and I love this town. It's a cute town. It's an amazing town. I've only been here twice, but I'm already in love with it. It's such a beautiful town. It's such a small little town, and it even has a school with a stadium. I know that's not surprising, all the schools have stadium, but after seeing Terlingua and that stuff, and the school in Terlingua was a small little place, but after seeing that and all that isolated mountain space, and seeing this is kind of mind-blowing, whoa, this is after that. Anyways, we stopped at a McDonald's to get some food, and I also saw some beautiful scenery there, so decided to film that. Now we're in San Antonio, Texas, which is a huge city in Texas. It's a place that I always like to hold in my heart because it's one of the art capitals of the world. And actually, I'm half left-brained and half right-brained, but I tend to be a little more right-brained, so I don't know. But this is why I love this place. And I'm also going to move to New York when I get older, so keep that in mind. And also, I think the 3 art capitals are San Antonio, San Francisco, and New York. And this is highway scenery, guys, beautiful plants. So we're almost home, and we saw this huge rainbow. We do not normally see rainbows this big in our town. So it probably rained before, but I even changed my lock screen to the rainbow, and now we're home, and it's the end of a trip. Subscribe and like this video if you want to. It'd be great, and thank you. Bye.